quiet morning.
Is there sound? Hello, hello, hello.
All right, there's no sound in my ears or nothing.
Hello, hello.
Reset your computer and...
Hello, can you hear us? Sound is working, they said. There you go. Now, we might have to add the lines to every separate thing, so make sure to let us know. Can you hear me, Todd? In your headset? Hello, hello?
No.
We're good, keep rapping.
All right, we're good. I don't know what happened there. The computer reset did something.
Very echo is what they're saying. Do you have everything muted over on your side?
Yeah. Guess let's roll with it, see what's up.
Yeah, I guess you can hear us. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. What I was saying
Spoon Man.
is obviously there's a little red in the markets saying Todd is going to let you know if everything's going to zero or not. Also, Polymath, and I had a couple partnership announcements that I think are pretty exciting and that we need to take a better look at. Dragonchain demonstrated how they were going to have Ethereum ERC20 tokens and Net5 Neo tokens with cross-chain integration. That's pretty exciting. And also, is the SEC going to do an ICO? We'll look at that and look at their satire ICO demonstration they put on for everybody. Lastly, we have a couple partnerships with Nokia, and Jack Dorsey is at it again, the CEO of Twitter, and what else is he the CEO of? That's embarrassing. Square is back to saying Bitcoin is the real deal and Bitcoin is here to stay. So we're going to run this intro, and hopefully the audio is working for you guys.
I'm guessing our YouTube didn't go out because we only got 50 subscribers in here, but
we'll figure it out.
A few more minutes.
Come on. With a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
All right, I think we got it. I think I just need to delete the microphone and re-add that audio. Windows we got here, Windows had an update, restarted the computer. XSplit said everything was still good to go, open the file, so I guess not. Anthony says, Nick talking trash again. And you're back. Yep, there we go. So we just got to change it on every single screen when we go to it.
What up, Kevin?
Sorry about that. Blame Windows. That's what we really need, a decentralized new Windows platform for desktop computers. If anybody wants to make that crypto, I will go all in on that. The updates are supposed to be easy, smooth, and the best, but it always messes everything up. So, well, this intro got messed up. The shout-outs we just did got messed up. So you know what? We're just going to go to the CoinMarketCap, get to the charts, and move on. Hopefully everything works from here on out.
What up, Brian Penny?
All right, I just changed the microphone on this one, so hopefully that is working for you too. So what do we got here? Cryptocurrency market cap is still below $400 billion, obviously with another red day. It's at $383 billion. Now, we're not accelerating, which is nice, but we're kind of in this indecisive trading zone. I'm sure Todd will talk about it more here in a second. Bitcoin is at $8,334, down 2% for the day. Ethereum, it's trying to hold above that 700 mark at 703.91, down 0.5% for the day. Ripple is the only green coin in the top 10 right now. Tron is as well, at 70 cents. Bitcoin Cash, another down day after that all miraculous hard fork that they were doing. Essentially, they increased their block size and added a little more code. You do not get any more coins or anything like that. Just a little bit of an upgrade, kind of unnecessary in my opinion right now. But pro Bitcoin Cash people explained it to me that it's more of a hard fork for the future. If they get more transactions, they have the bandwidth and the transaction speed to keep up over there. EOS, below $13 at $12.70. Obviously, when this thing was rocking and rolling at $21, myself and Todd both said that it would fall back down to 160,000 Satoshis, or Todd was saying $14 to $15. So if you would have waited on that, you would have got a better entry point than chasing the green candles. Obviously, it has fallen a little lower than that, but that is what it is. And then we got Tron up 5% for the day. You know that the CEO, the founder, is always on his game marketing this project. I think the mainnet launches in like 13 days, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but something around there. You know there's probably going to be a pump when that mainnet goes live or in the few days leading up to it. So if you own Tron or want to try to play that trading game, be my guest. Do we have any big winners for the day? Paypex, never heard of it, finally finding its way into the top 100 with a 65% day. That seems like an orchestrated pump to me, considering there's only $13,895 in volume. That is manipulation if I've ever seen it. We got IXRLC over here up 22% and Vertesium up 18.79%. Congratulations to all the holders of those. If you own Paypex, I don't think it would be a bad idea to try to get some gains out of that, because like I said, less than 14,000 of volume, guys. That's ridiculous. That's somebody bidding up that order book and pushing that price higher. Zcash, another positive day. This is based on the Gemini news, of course, up 6.5%. And here we go. We got Basic Attention Token we were just talking about yesterday, up 4.71%. I think this is interesting. Number one, because it actually it's a useful product. It can be used right now with the Brave browser and its integration on there. Number two, Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, has actually given Basic Attention Token several shout-outs dating back to last March. Make your own assumptions off of that, but definitely interesting. And then Polymath up 4%. This is one that we're going to read an article on, and I'm going to provide you my fundamental opinion. So without further ado, let's give it to Todd, the Todd Father Butterfield, for some technical analysis. All right.
We've got three students, new students, Michael Palmer, Holy Rabbit, and John Gallagher. And I've mentioned it before various times. When you start the course, you're going to be like, oh, this is too easy. It's not worth the money. Then when you get to lesson 8, you can't get through it. So that happened again with the gentleman moving too fast and couldn't pass lesson 8 quiz. It does start getting harder on you. So I just stay focused and keep moving. So Bitcoin 3-hour chart. We're down here. I had this B wave marked here, and I said if we couldn't get above 8,900, we could spike down to one more minor new low. So we've done that. If we zero in on the last few hours of action here, we could still maybe spike down, I think, to below 8,000 to clean this up. I really don't think there's much more to the downside than that, if I'm correct. We still got some other coins acting even a little bit better than Bitcoin. We've got Bitcoin Cash sitting here, I think really springing these previous lows. I still like Bitcoin Cash. Dash at 413, I mentioned around 420 yesterday's broadcast. It did spike down to below 400. We're back to 413, so I still like that chart. Classic 1742. Did run close to 20 here. Still like that chart. Ethereum 702. That one also, we're running a little slow. Ethereum looks good. Let this populate. We had to run to 750, back down to below 675 overnight, back to 702. I think Ethereum leads us higher. Litecoin sitting around 138, 139. Really no changes on these. Just Bitcoin's kept a little pressure on everybody. NEO 6150. OMG 1312. Vertcoin 224 after doing about a 210. Ripple 70 cents, still holding in there. I think all these are still priming for moves higher. ADA did weaken the uptrend line. I do got to drag that down a little bit. So as Nick mentioned, EOS 1249. I think probably appropriately we'll probably end up dragging this down. And then let's go through a couple more still. XLM, nibbling on a few of these today. XLM USD. I like the way that looks. XVG at 55 cents, still not impressed there. I do think it'll bounce and then probably needs taken out of portfolios. Zen at 28. A little deeper there than I would expect it as well.
If you guys saw my tweet, I actually did accumulate at these prices, and I have enough now for the supernode when they go live probably the first week of July. You guys know I'm pretty bullish on this project, not only because it has Zen Cash, which is a privacy cryptocurrency, but it also has 3, 4, 5 projects that they are working on where Zen Cash has to be utilized, giving it some value propositions. Also, with the new structure where they're going to have a treasury, secure nodes, super nodes, and proof of work, I think that creates a great network effect and is sustainable for the future. And then lastly, they do have a 21 million max supply on their coins, just like Bitcoin. So scarcity then also plays a role in their market capitalization. So I think this is one I'm very bullish on. And now you guys know exactly how many I own or about. So I'm not sitting here trying to shill it, just trying to get you guys invested or looking at coins, possibly to mine, buy, trade, whatever, that I think do have a bright future.
Because you're in there mining it.
I think it is 42 for a secure node, 500 for a super node. Anybody with AMD or NVIDIA's can mine it. Right now it is on Equihash algorithm. Obviously there's an ASIC coming out, so the founder told me they're looking on ways to maintain ASIC resistancy. And then lastly, the last 10% goes to the treasury, which they use to continue to build out products for the future and longevity of the project.
Zen's pulled back about 55% now of the previous advance, so I would think it would dig in somewhere here and keep it moving. ZRX down to $1.37. I did say I thought $1.48 would hold it. Maybe that uptrend line and previous support. It has came deeper, but there once again, let's throw in a Fibonacci retracement. We take it from the exact low. We're still, 0.382 is $1.40, so still quite a bit of strength there. Zcash 361, I got a few positions of that just laying around from months ago. That one's still holding well. Had the nice move off of Gemini, but continuing to hold gains, which I think is going to happen on some of these coins. And then while we're here, let's just bring up Tron up to 5%. A few people talking about that. That's the 3-hour. And then let's go over a couple more here real quick. ONT, about a 50% retracement. AMB, one that Gary was been on. I need to go back to, that's AMB, back to almost probably a 50% retracement. Here's ZIL, that was a home run. I had mentioned buying support back down here or buying it when it breaks the downtrend line. So we are down to, if you don't mind paying up, I think ZIL is back to support. So might be a decent one to enter there. And what else we got? Let's go back to I had another one here, but let's show quantum 1638. I still got a few positions in quantum.
Cool. We got
I'm a little slow here. Quantum not performing as well as I think it should be, but still a decent coin.
over here. As Taj says, I'm telling you all right now, BAT will get listed on Coinbase by the end of the year. Load it up, no questions asked. Now, if you want my opinion on if BAT could be over in Coinbase and why I like BAT,
Taj is saying that.
Go in the crypto tips and tricks section on our YouTube homepage and watch that Coinbase video. I kind of provide insight on various coins that I think could get added to Coinbase, why I like the underlying coin even if they don't get added to Coinbase. I think you'll find it pretty interesting. I thought it was a pretty good video. What else we got over here? Spoonman says centralized. I think you might be talking about Zen. Well, they do have a treasury, so in the effect, like as a business, yeah, it's centralized because there's a treasury just like Zcash, Dash, and some of these other ones. But as far as their network, I don't know how much more decentralized you can get with proof of work that is only going to be for GPUs and CPUs. You're going to have secure nodes on the network, which is 42 Zen, which is much more affordable for the retail investor. And then also super nodes, which is 500 Zen. So I think that's a pretty good outreach they have there for decentralization on their network. And then somebody else over here says, Anthony says, a little birdie told me to buy as much XMR as possible. And we got a bunch of people saying XMR is their bunker.
Elizabeth says she owns more than anyone should.
There you go. Now, you guys do know XMR is, in my opinion,
the big stick.
The one truly private cryptocurrency. It is a large cap. It is being mined on everybody's computer, probably right now as we speak. I think Monero has longevity. Now, Fluffy Pony from time to time, the lead developer, founder, he drinks a little too much red wine just like everybody else, but I think he has the team and himself around it to keep that thing moving forward, and I think the technology as far as privacy features behind XMR are second to none. So that is definitely one that I say to own a little bit of in your portfolio for large caps, especially if you like privacy currencies, and one that you guys can mine at home if you do have a gaming rig or a mining rig.
It's nice to see everybody in here sharing some thoughts and ideas, though. That's what it's all about.
That is what it's about, because there's been some great coins that are discussed in this community chat during the live shows. I've also got interviews from this chat box, reviews from this chat box, and we're trying to help each other make money. Even with this quote-unquote red in the market, this bear market, we're still getting ourselves good accumulated positions, making some good swing trades, and getting behind some projects that have been green. All right, well, let's see.
And the chairman of one of the exchanges was on CNBC saying that Bitcoin 50,000 by the end of the year.
That was a BitMEX. So BitMEX is primarily for leverage trading, which I don't recommend unless you guys are highly skilled, because it is very risky, and that's how you get liquidated. But he went on there saying he saw Bitcoin to 50,000, and this was recently, even with Bitcoin hovering here around $8,000.
The 14-year-old client I got overseas, he took $100 to BitMEX and turned it into like 1,400 in like an hour. He's the worst over there trading that.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Hear about the winners, not the losers. Hopefully he takes out some profits on that, because that leverage trading can get you.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so here we go. I'm going to steal this. So the first thing I kind of wanted to look at that I thought was interesting, I said, what type of crypto tweets do you find most important from me and other people you follow? TA and trade timing, 47%. So I guess you guys want me to give you all the tips and tricks, all the freebies when I'm making trades on my own personal account. Current fundamental news, which is kind of more of my specialty, giving fundamentals on the coins, letting you guys know in the loop as I do talk to a lot of these lead developers, a lot of these projects, and I'm up to date with all their Twitter activity, sometimes even before it gets posted publicly, so I try to provide that to you guys. Motivational statements, only 1%, so I guess I'm only sending out a motivational quote once a month or something over here. People don't like to get motivated in this community. And then lastly, humor, gifs, and jabs at sheet coins, 9%. So I guess I got to use a little more GIFs in my tweets, and I think that's going to go a long way. All right. So Jack Dorsey hopes Bitcoin will become the web's native currency. For those who are asking, is Bitcoin dead and crypto dead? Is Bitcoin going to remain the index of this crypto economy, or is it going to be kind of the AOL and the AIM instant messenger and kind of fade away as new projects come on board? Is Bitcoin destined to become the default currency of the internet? At least one well-known business executive, Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Square, and also Twitter, which is home to the best crypto talk available, in my opinion, who previously predicted Bitcoin's future dominance back in March, hopes that is the case. Dorsey sat with Elizabeth Stark of Lightning Labs at CoinDesk Consensus 2018 conference. in New York City to talk more broadly about his company's goal for the digital currency. Quote, "I'm just approaching with the principle that the internet deserves a native currency. It will have a native currency. I don't know if it will be Bitcoin," which he followed up saying, "I hope it will be Bitcoin because I am a huge fan." Square has yet to build a full Bitcoin payment solution for merchants and consumers, as it quickly changed directions to work on a buying and selling service to be integrated into the Cash app. But Dorsey said that the goal is the same as it has always been. Quote, "We want to go back to that original idea of being able to purchase a coffee with it, and that's why we are working with Lightning Labs or the Lightning Network," said Dorsey. "Whatever it takes to get there, we are going to make sure it happens." Dorsey, who counts himself as a fan of the hacker ethos surrounding Bitcoin's rise to fame, claimed that whatever path Square takes to pushing mass adoption of Bitcoin payments, it will do so without threatening the openness of the network. So that is somebody who has a business, not just Twitter, but also Square, and really believes that Bitcoin could be the coin to stay. Bitcoin is the most important one for him to get integrated into both business models. And I think this is somebody good to have on the side of Bitcoin, and hopefully some of the Bitcoin lead developers are talking with him, which it seems like they are over at Lightning Labs. We'll see how these integrations continue forward. We also got Polymath. So I did a review on Polymath a while back. Unfortunately, I think it is on the other channel still. I did think it was interesting. I thought they had a bunch of hurdles to overcome with actually getting mainstream, and now they're using that ICO money they raised to try to prove me wrong and take those steps forward. ICO project Polymath is trying to buy a stake in a real stock exchange. If one announcement summarizes the ambitions of crypto project Polymath, it might be Wednesday's acquisition of the domain name tokens.com. Now this is just a start. In the run-up to the company's Wednesday morning appearance at CoinDesk Consensus Conference, Polymath also revealed it's in the process of closing a deal to acquire a large stake in the Barbados Stock Exchange, and that it is working on a deal with the alternative trading system T0. This can be pretty big, guys, because if you do not know what Polymath is, essentially it is trying to be a platform or an exchange or the ability of ICOs that they want to be securities, and then they can be tradable. United States, they're going to have a problem, as we'll find here in a second, because you have to be an accredited investor to trade securities. But in other regions in the globe, that is not the case, and that is kind of what they're trying to target by getting this Barbados Stock Exchange. Polymath has built a system that makes a whitelist of accounts that have gone through the Know Your Customer, or KYC, anti-money laundering, and investor accreditation checks that make them viable to trade with. That way, once a token has been issued on Polymath, it shouldn't be possible for an uncredited investor in the U.S. to acquire it. So for all of us in the U.S., this is kind of a womp 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 for us. We can't use Polymath, but maybe we can still get some gains and triple those bags if you actually own the Polymath crypto token. Once the exchange is running, it'll be a ready place for new tokens to trade, with guarantees built into the ST20 platform that no one will be able to hold them that shouldn't. Koverko, I guess that is the CEO, anticipates equity and real estate to begin quickly moving onto the platform. He also sees opportunities for people in the developing world with capital but without local financial infrastructure to make investments. Now this kind of, I said there was going to be issues because I was thinking in United States terms, that's where I'm from. They are trying to attack those issues. They're still going to avoid the U.S. issue altogether and target offshore money and global money. This might work. Obviously, this deal is not closed here on the exchange, and I don't know how much volume the Barbados Stock Exchange really has. But if you guys own Polymath or have been looking at it, I would start with this article and dig a little deeper on this stock exchange here, also this domain name, and some opportunities they may use that for. I think that's where you need to start. So if you guys over here, make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I don't see enough thumbs up in the audience right now. We're trying to keep growing this because you know what happens when we grow here at Learn Crypto. We like to give away coins. We like to give away prizes. That is what we do. So keep sharing, keep growing. Once we hit the next milestone, I got some copies of the Internet of Money for you guys. We're going to have some more of these acrylic coins that we're about to mail tomorrow to the winners. Those Litecoins down there. We have more Litecoins and various coins being made. And then, of course, we always have coins that we just give away, such as Red Coin, Electric Coin, etc. So it's an exciting time to be a part of cryptos. In the red days, we're doing everything we can to bring some entertainment, keep a smile on your face, keep you guys motivated, and keep you guys acquiring those tokens at these low prices.
And the free winners of the course have begun studying. So.
There we go.
I got a little bit of news I want to talk about too, real quick. I got Lee Sokolin of Autonomous Research stating that financial advisors better learn about cryptos and start offering it to their clients, and quit saying that that's going to fall apart and they don't need to be educated about it, because it's irresponsible and clients are asking about it. And I'm noticing that definitely on my end, because my competition has said for a few years that it's illegal, you don't need to do it, don't be doing it. It's used for laundering and drug purchases, etc. So that is changing, because they're going to lose clients to someone like myself that's out here pushing it. So it's interesting, because when they start doing that, you're going to have just so much more money coming to these things to purchase. And he said 3 to 5% of your portfolio would be a general allocation.
And
as we talked about before, CNBC's always said like 5%.
If you got people to even move 1%, the amount of money that is astronomical, guys. Also, most people, if you have a job that provides money to your 401k, that's coming in every 2 weeks. So if they reallocated all their 401k money every 2 weeks, that they could use that to dollar cost average on the Coinbase institutional programs they're setting up, or et cetera. So that means there would be a nice steady flow of money from traditional investors into the crypto market, which is really what we need. Institutional is great. They do manipulate the markets, but really we just need more retail investors to come in here, support the space, believe in the space, and start using these projects, cryptos, etc.
We've had a big sell-off, so no one's in a hurry to do that. But don't worry, when Bitcoin gets back 12, 13, 14,000, it'll all change.
That's when people, it's really funny. Right now, people are just walking by my desk, nothing, kind of snickering here and there, asking if I sold, asking if I still do that crypto thing. But just like I said a couple weeks ago, when this thing was running to 10, 11,000, everybody's at my desk asking how they get involved, blah, 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 blah. It's crazy to me. Even people who work in the traditional finance industry that shouldn't be chasing green candles, they can't control their emotions, and they want to buy when we just saw a $5,000 gain. But that's how it works, guys. Once this thing starts heating up, that's where you get the FOMO. That's where you get the parabolic moves. And that's where you just kind of, we got to learn from the previous historical trends in this cryptocurrency space and not be afraid to take some, a little profit off the top as we go parabolic and let the rest run.
I'm getting ready for an explosion. People ask me what I'm doing. I'm getting organized for a blast off. That's what I'm getting ready for.
Spoonman says it's simple. Buy Bitcoin. Hey, I saw a good quote today, and I was probably going to send it out, but now I might not. How'd it go? It was something like trade sheet coins to stack more Bitcoins. I mean, that's really the play there. You have these projects that you really believe in and you want to hodl, but some of these where you're just getting it, the fork or the airdrop, etc., make the play. If you make 20%, move it back to Bitcoin. Now you got 20% more Bitcoin. That's how you stack that Bitcoin and other large cap coins. And really, that's the way to play the game sometimes.
I got another news article. I'm Mr. News today. Bring me back.
Mr. News. Mr. Wyckoff has the news.
Right, I'm all over the news. This is Futures Exchange CME launches indexes for Ethereum. I mean, they say they have no futures are coming. There's no reason for it, but the world's changing. So
if you guys have any charts you want Todd to look at, these are the time to ask about some of your own bags. Try to show your bag here on the show. Also, if there's some smaller projects you want Todd to look at, it looks like he's about to tease us here with this software. Also, I think somebody over here had something that was interesting. Miro says, hello, everyone. I guess you just got here. Are we bullish or what? So we might, we'll have Todd look at the Bitcoin chart again for you. Obviously, for the long term and midterm, I'm super bullish. I think the sentiment and everything around cryptos is exciting. Now, in the short term, we might see a little more drop before we blast off, but I'll let Todd do that with the charts.
Then I think, what was it, in Bloomberg, I think, is it Wyoming is really looking for blockchain companies and crypto companies? I mean, they're offering all kinds of stuff out there to bring it in. All I want to show on the software, this is Bitcoin daily. If you go back here, kind of when the correction kind of started, you can see that price is obviously down. This is around 87.50. So price is trended down there. But if you come down to the OP, you can see volume is higher. So I guess all I'm trying to show is volume doesn't appear to be coming in on the downside. So there's no massive selling. If we go to a 5-minute, I showed this morning. If you're interested, a lot of times around noon, I update a quick 5 to 10 minute video on technical analysis, go over a few charts, go over Bitcoin, show the software. So the sellout this morning, you can see that price came down, volume did not. So once again, no real selling on the 5 minute. And this is bringing in quite a few exchanges. I don't know what percent it is it's bringing in, but it's bringing in a high percent of all volume of Bitcoin trading. So, and it's calculating it on a 5 minute basis. So if Bitcoin's down the next 5 minutes, then that volume is considered down volume and vice versa. So I think it's just showing that there's definitely not a mass exodus. I don't think there's much selling going on. Smash that like button.
Lloyd says, smash the like button. Appreciate y'all bringing good content. Shout out to you. We're here each and every Monday through Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time live. Like Todd says, usually at least 5, 6, 7 times a week, he does an intraday short technical analysis videos. And usually Friday and the weekends, I have interviews with lead developers and founders of some projects, as well as do some fundamental reviews and some crypto tips and tricks. So keep an eye out with that on our homepage as we do categorize everything for you, so you can find all the information that you find most enjoyable and most helpful to each and every one of you.
And we've talked a lot of things over the last year, but people will know PCG clients. I mean, I'm trying to invite people into the social learner at learncrypto.io. If you have bought in a course, then you're going to be brought into a PCG group. I think we got a fundamental group. I think Nick's going to start posting information in there. So we're just trying to bring the community better information.
Once we get that all organized, we don't really think we're going to do any of these, like a monthly pay group or anything like that. But this will still be a private group where it's only available to students of our cryptocurrency trading course over there on Learn Crypto, and our private client groups that have Todd and myself help manage their portfolios. That way they kind of get rewarded for being part of the Learn Crypto community, and they get all the first information from us over there 24/7, etc.
And we're still going to be giving a ton of all information like we do now anyway.
Yeah, all the stuff on Twitter and YouTube is free to you guys, so enjoy that as well.
Connor McNuggets wants a fundamental on ZEBI.
I got that written down. We got Shaman Sundar in here.
Connor?
Without a wrench. I guess it is in first show for you. What are some low cap coins that have upside potential when institutions get in?
Uh-oh.
Now, that's kind of a trick question for me, at least. Here's the thing.
It's going to bring out the disclaimer, too.
I am bullish on some small cap coins. You guys might know some of these. I'm probably going to do a video this weekend discussing some of these, so I'm not going to go in depth right now. But the trick question there is institutional money. Institutional money isn't going to push small cap coins higher. Institutional money is going to push the large cap coins that are on fiat onboarding platforms higher, because that is the only coins they are going to have access to or are going to be able to even buy with all their investors' funds. Now, what this does is this creates the traditional cyclical bull run in the market, where the large caps lead the way. Then the more sophisticated investors, or crypto investors, I should say, like ourselves and everybody in this community who have access to these smaller coins via these smaller exchanges, take profits from those large caps, move it to small caps. That's when you see the true altcoin season, and that's when the profits for these hidden gems over on Cryptopia, KuCoin, etc. really blow up 10x. We like to call them 10 bangers over here, and pork blast to the moon. So that's a little bit of a trick question. Hopefully I answered that for you, and make sure to tune in this weekend, because I believe I'm going to have time to create a video. I'm going to have kind of like my top 5 coins that I like, but also a video where it's top 5 or top 10 flyer coins if you guys are interested in taking some high risk, potentially high reward investments in those. It looks like you got a bunch of charts to look at real quick.
I was going to... BitShare, somebody mentioned that. Rolled by pretty quick. I think a new name. So BTS, USD, Polynex. We've had we're back, same thing. We're back to a 50 to 61% pullback. We're right back to 0.618, which is logical Fibonacci support. I don't do a lot of Fibonacci, but I'm obviously always aware where 0.382 and 0.618 retracements are. So we've done that. We're holding up here. I mean, I think if you've been on here, I think you'll find out that we've had an A up, I think a B down, and we're starting another leg up. And my phone's ringing when I kind of got to grab that here in a minute. That's a new account with some size. So.
Well, he should be watching us live here on
right,
YouTube
I don't think
with
he knows we're
everybody
live
else.
because that's right. I think it's
You got all these-
83.40 on Bitcoin.
You
So
got all these names over here. People want you to look at XRP, HKN, Ethereum, a bunch over here.
it wouldn't take 83.40 on Bitcoin. I would really appreciate a move above 84.50 here. I think that maybe is going to turn things up here. So we're going to look at Litecoin again, 139. This is a 2-hour. I really been saying be a buyer down below the 140. So I still think I think a 220 is coming. I'm not sure if we're going to have this decline back over here. That's looking way too far out. But I do think from here we work higher. Let me check one more thing. I think I've got it on this chart. These are different than the ones at my desk.
Shout out to Irvin Pena over here. Doesn't even have a wrench. I just gave him one. He said he wants to look at HKN. P.S. Signed up for your class about 2 weeks ago. Best $300 I've ever invested. Shout out to you. There you go.
Who said that?
Irvin Pena.
Cool. Appreciate that. That means about as much as anything.
Let's run this disclaimer real quick, and then we'll get to all these other charts you guys are asking for. I hate to do it, but you know we got to.
There is a high degree of risk involved in trading cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns. Thank you.
Way to your understanding of cryptocurrencies. At our website, you can learn about the grandfather of technical analysis, Richard D. Wyckoff, purchase our cryptocurrencies and Wyckoff trading course, and read our daily updated blog. You can also find the link to our YouTube channel, where you will get technical analysis and fundamental research about cryptocurrencies on the daily. If you are too busy with family, retirement, work, or all of the above, then just click on our Crypto PCG link and allow us to manage your cryptocurrency portfolio for you. You give us trading APIs so we can enter orders and manage your portfolio, but cannot withdraw or transfer any of your coins or funds. We manage clients' portfolios for a respectable 3% annual fee, which is billed in 1/4 quarterly installments. Don't hesitate. Contact us today, because with these 24-hour, 7-day-a-week crypto markets, it helps to have a professional as a part of your team.
There we go.
Miss Carey's done the course ad. That was more of the PCG all-around ad. We got some new people in here. So I own Wyckoff SMI, which is the institute Richard Wyckoff started in 1931. But you've got to have volume from a lot of exchanges to talk about that. So I do throw a lot of Elliott Wave in here. So I'm not really an Elliott Wave channel, but I've done Elliott Wave since the 80s. I know it like the back of my hand. So this is a chart I've been showing for weeks. So we're down here looking for a move up to above 12,000. But this is again, we're looking way far out, so this could change easily. But I've been trying to say we're going to go sideways for months before we blow to new highs. But you've also, so people want to know, well, why aren't you trading more, blah, blah, blah. And there will be a chance to trade a lot. If we get the move to 12,000, then you've got to be trading this because it's going to be trades, every few days. But the problem with that, I'm just going to bring up a different Bitcoin chart from a different exchange. Maybe. So we're at the same place here, but the triangle could be completing itself right now, which means this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, this is E, which means we're going to go moonshot right now. So to be in a trading mode here, I think is way too risky, because if this is the correct count, then just like the gentleman from BitMEX said, we're headed to 50,000 by the end of the year. So I don't want to throw that out there. I hate throwing out huge numbers like that and getting everybody excited. But I do think we're in some type of fourth wave. Whether we're in the middle of it, it's going to take months to go on, which is going to drive everybody crazy, because we're going to go to 12,000 and we're going to fall apart. go between probably 9 and 11 for months, or we're mopping up the lows right here, and the rest of the year is going to be unbelievably good. So you just got to keep that in mind. And that means, I think, here, if you've got cash and you're interested in these markets, I think you got to have the money invested down here.
Wonderful Brick says, my personal advisor told me to listen to Todd. Shout out to whoever that is. Also, I got several people asking about any eBoost and Alaris news, so I'll just pull that up real quick before Todd goes back to the charts. Here you go. Our snapshot is complete. Both OctX and your local wallet are ready for the Alaris airdrop on May 23rd. Anyone who did not participate in the snapshot cannot participate in the airdrop. Also, what they don't mention is if you did participate in the airdrop, even if you only had one eBoost in either of those wallets, you are eligible to mine on the Alaris network for the first 5 million Alaris tokens. I'll keep you up to date with that because I'm going to, depending on what algorithm they use, I'm going to try to mine on the Alaris network. Somebody over here, Justin, I guess you haven't been watching because people like say I'm a shill for eBoost, even though I don't own much, how much I've talked about this airdrop and it coming up. You asked, will Alaris be released to eBoost holders on Bittrex? Unfortunately, no. Bittrex said that eBoost was in talks with them 3 months ago about the airdrop, only submitted the forms for eBoost, and they needed to submit them for both eBoost and Alaris, so they could not support the airdrop. That's why I was trying to push even PCG clients that wanted to participate in the airdrop over to the desktop wallet and the OctX wallet. I don't know if Kyle and some of these other guys are in here, but I have been helping everybody troubleshoot that desktop wallet over there as I kind of went through those same problems as well. So just, Justin, try to stay tuned in here. Follow myself and Todd on Twitter. We try to keep you up to date with all the airdrops, forks, what you need to do to capitalize on the free money, if you want to consider it that. And let's get back over to the charts.
Shout out to Elizabeth. She says my personal advisor is Todd.
There you go.
And shout out to JPG because he says he's his own personal advisor, and he still listens to me. I appreciate it, guys. I take that pretty serious, so, because everyone's money is pretty serious. I'm interested. We got Bitcoin 8390, so the triangle everybody's looking for is looking like we're not going to do it. So hopefully that move down here to 8050, 8100 is maybe as low as we're going to get. I know there's lots of other Elliott Wave people calling for a move down to 7700. So I hope everybody's short for that and get to wear it. So.
Connor says eBoost dropped the ball on the Bittrex support. eBoost is actually pretty quick to transfer, though. Yeah, they did kind of drop the ball, but Marshall Long, the founder of eBoost and Market Sports, did release his emails with Coinbase from several months ago saying, hey, let me know everything I need to do, et cetera, et cetera. So based on the emails he released, they did everything that was entailed for it, but they kind of, I guess, things changed. I'm not sure.
Also, Ripple, 71 cents.
Lloyd over here said, Nick, it's okay. We all know you love eBoost. Hey, it's really like 1% of my portfolio, maybe if that. I just think that the genre...
He only loves his mom and his girlfriend.
Exactly. Cryptocurrencies and gamers are almost like meant to be. Obviously, a lot of the gaming community also mines, provides that decentralization to a lot of these networks. Also, I feel like gamers, I've been playing World of Warcraft since I was 10, and you kind of have that mental image of what digital currency is, how it can work, and how it can derive value. So that's why I feel like you see a lot of gamers getting involved in cryptos. And eBoost was one of the first cryptos for gamers. Like a lot of pro players do accept it. I think there's like 50,000 gamers that take it as payments for tournaments, bets, etc. Now, I'm more bullish on Alaris. The whole reason I've owned eBoost and staked it for the past 3 months is for the Alaris airdrop that just happened. I think them being paired up with the Swedish government could provide an opportunity. The eBoost coin, it is what it is. It's another transactional currency. If it sees a pump, I already told you guys I would be selling it if it pumped. I would try to be transparent with you guys so we all can make good gains.
I didn't know Anthony Meseris is actually called Niagara Tony. That's funny, Connor. I do get that. So I believe he is from Canada. So I do like Dash is trading up here at 418. This is the 15-minute. So it's taking out some resistance short term. I like Ethereum here at 714, showing some life. Litecoin $1.40.
Dash is an interesting one that we've been bullish on in the past. And they had that partnership with that company with a bunch of dispensaries. Now, that's old news, but recently They have kind of brought that partnership back up and starting to demonstrate how they're going to integrate that partnership into a payment solution using Dash for over 200 dispensaries globally. Whatever your belief is on marijuana, the marijuana industry, etc., obviously there's a lot of payments going through there. And if they do get on board as the payment solution for over 200 dispensaries, that's a lot of payments, a lot of transactions going on, and getting a lot of people involved with cryptos. And Dash is going to be that first coin that they're really using on a day-to-day basis. So I think that could be pretty bullish for the future of Dash.
The wealth unit, gang.
There it is.
That's funny.
There's a difference between being rich and creating wealth. We're trying to generate wealth on this channel with cryptocurrencies, traditional markets, etc. As you do know, since Todd is the president of Wyckoff SMI, he does do traditional portfolios. So from time to time, we give you guys buy recommendations on the traditional side of the markets and on some traditional companies that are integrating with blockchain as well. Been pretty successful with that in the past. And remember, guys, you need to have your money in traditional markets, real estate, precious metals, not just cryptos. Diversification across your investment portfolio is key, no matter how big me or Todd is telling you cryptos could go here in the future.
And as I'm getting more organized, we're probably going to slide in here and do all stock broadcast, because that's what this channel was originally for. So, and I don't want all my Wyckoff people to think I'm over here just trading cryptos, even though I think that is where people are starving for information. They're starving for, and this is where the big money's being made.
Stacking Stoner, your whole portfolio should just be Dash, Potcoin, and Hempcoin. He said you rang.
Here's Zcash 367 back near the highs, so hopefully we can keep this thing rolling.
Now, I do got two more little news things that I had to go over for you guys real quick. It's more fundamentals on Dragonchain, which I saw some dragon emojis going across, so I know you guys want to hear about that. And then whether or not the SEC is going to have an ICO. I'm just going to touch base on it. That's pretty funny. So, back in January, the Huffington Post article mentioned to, quote, think of Dragonchain as a catalyst for dozens upon dozens of other disruptive blockchain platforms, making the tools easier and more accessible to developers and innovative minds. With the amazing progress both the Ethereum and Neo ecosystems have been achieving, we wish to make Ethereum tools easier and accessible to NEP5 token projects and Neo tools easier and accessible to ERC20 token projects. Interesting. The Ethereum Interchain roadmap goal for June of 2018 and the Neo Interchain roadmap goal for August of 2018, those months are coming soon here for Dragonchain, guys, will allow businesses to create Dragonchain blockchains to interchain between the Dragonchain net, the Ethereum mainnet, and or the Neo mainnet. It's really up to the user. Pretty interesting. I'm not going to get technical on this. If you guys want to dig deeper, go over to their website or this Medium post. Also, I thought this was pretty important. So on top of the Dragonchain, Ethereum, and Neo blockchain integrations, they're already in talks of, it's our friend coming up again, integrating with Ethereum Classic and Bitcoin blockchains. Pretty interesting. I have been saying this for a while. I'm very bullish on protocol tokens and privacy coins for 2018. Dragonchain is on the list of protocol tokens I would keep an eye on, as it does serve a little bit different purpose and really helps businesses onboard into this blockchain ecosystem. If you watched any of Consensus 2018, there were a ton of companies trying to figure out how they can use blockchain to generate more revenue and get more consumers a better experience, and Dragonchain is here to be that protocol platform to help those companies do so. I would keep an eye on it. I've been saying it for a while. Anything under $1 on Dragonchain, I am slightly interested. Do your own research and have some fun, guys. And then lastly, SEC put out an ICO. Well, not really. They put out this satire ICO over here called Howey Coins. If you guys don't know, there is something called the Howey test, and that test is used to tell whether or not something is considered a security or a utility token for cryptocurrencies. And they put this out as a demonstration. If you're buying into an ICO that looks like this, it probably is a scam or an ICO or a security. So to take a look, if you guys want to have a good laugh, go over to howeycoins.com, and this is SEC, what they think about cryptos. It's pretty funny, some of the things, and all the way into the white paper. It's pretty funny. I'm kind of impressed that the government actually had somebody with a sense of humor over there, and I wonder if it really was just a crypto guy that they brought in to create this kind of write-up and to describe what's going on in the ICO markets. That's about all I got, guys.
I got some more.
Todd's always got more.
Slap it over here. I wanted to show everybody, these are things that kind of Matt and I tried to be working on, and I'm moving a little bit slower, trying to get it all figured out. But if you are logged in at learncrypto.io, then it brings up, forums will show up to the top left. And if you do click that, I've added a forum which just says markup charts for review by Todd, because I know a lot of people have taken the course, and the problem is a lot of people are still going through the course slowly. And even if you pass the course, I'm going to say you need to go through it 2 or 3 more times before you'll ever be able to mark up charts correctly, I think. I've seen some people mark them up, they've got some mistakes. So I'm really hoping the students will come in here and, throw up a chart that they've marked up and let me make some comments on it, what I like or dislike. And then these will be available for everybody else to look at, 5 years from now. They'll be able to roll through all these and hopefully better understand. Because I think obviously it's better to make you mark up charts and to have me comment on them. And I might even add that to the course. Some students, we've asked for their thoughts when they get down what we should add. And a lot of people did say, make us mark up charts and have me review it. We probably didn't do that in the beginning because it would have took quite a bit more time and we didn't have it set up for that. But again, I'm trying to do that because obviously it's important. Because if you've learned it, and you're not applying it correctly, then, it could be causing you more harm than good. So
That also provides a nice value proposition to being a student or a PCG client, because like he said, if once we get this all figured out, get you guys integrated into the system, then you can have Todd mark up your charts. I'll be in there doing some fundamental stuff. Also, if we get a little hint or tip or trick on a coin that we think we're going to add to PCG clients, you guys will know first before we do provide any information to YouTube, Twitter, etc., which we want to help you guys do that. It kind of creates more of a, meaningful representation to be part of the Learn Crypto community. Also, in honor of Consensus 2018, we do have a $50 off promo code going on. It is in the description below. It is 50 off, and that or equivalent for if you're choosing to pay with cryptos, because we do accept Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dash, Bitcoin Cash, and now Vertcoin. So make sure to take a look at that if that interests you. And like we said, Todd's gonna be more active over there, and we really just want to help continue to build this community and add more value to being a member of the community via student or private client group member.
And then bring me back again and let me show, because I've got 4 groups set up. Some people know this. I mean, there's 929 members in the cryptocurrencies and Wyckoff course. We've got a private client group where there's 14 members, because some private client people are not students. So I've got to see if I can bring them in. But if you are a private client group member and not a student, then you're still going to start getting more email updates from me. So pay attention to your emails, because some people, I contact you by email, we text, we call, who knows what different people want. And we've got a fundamental research group that I think we're going to have Nick dropping in some gems in there once in a while. And then when the pulse of the market is really final, anybody that's subscribed to that will have a chance to go in here. And I'm just hoping that people are going to be like, when you got 1,500 plus coins, it's going to be nice if somebody will just be like, hey, have you guys checked this one out, et cetera. So we can just find more of these coins, because there's been people who brought good coins to the channel here.
Here we go.
So, but I'm hoping we can just bring them in with charts and more analysis on it. So just trying to get there, guys.
Do you guys have any more charts or fundamental questions you want to ask us before we get out of here? Because it is 7:24, and I do have a soccer game that I do need to get to. I think it's not till 9:25, so it should be all right.
And I am hungry.
I got to get out and exercise, get my mind off cryptos a little bit, so I am fresh each and every day for you, PCG clients, and my own personal portfolio, for that matter.
And people that took the course early on, I mean, Corey Capaldi's wife redid like the majority of all the lessons. I mean, she's like an English major for a university. I mean, she did unbelievable amounts of work on it. So I've done all that, and I've added some videos. So like when we talked about Zen it was. When we talked about Zen, I threw up a video of that in the accumulation lesson, just so people can start getting some videos. Some people want videos, some people want text. So I'm just trying to go back in and add more lessons. So you'll see some new things if you go back and take the course again. And I'm telling you, you've got to go back and take the course again. So You just have to get it in your brain to understand it. I mean, even the original course I took in 82, I mean, I went through that a couple of years ago. Again, I've done it every few years. So too much information. And I think the Wyckoff, obviously, you know, that's why I took over the company. I think Wyckoff is the best way to trade these things technically. So, and with Nick bringing in some fundamentals, we're just trying to do what we can.
Arthur's here a little late. Marcel wants to look at GTO real quick, so we'll look at GTO, maybe one other chart.
See you, Elizabeth.
And then also somebody was asking if I knew what 10x was. I think 10x is interesting. Obviously, they're trying to be like a payment and credit card solution for cryptocurrencies. Now they're kind of selling it as, hey, if you're traveling globally, you have a one-stop shop with your wallet there. I think the only problem with 10x that I have, first of all, you do have the Simpsons on your side. Because if you believe in the Simpsons and how they've predicted future events such as Trump getting president and so many other things over there, there was what seemed to be a 10x symbol in one of their episodes. So take it as you leave if you want to believe the Simpsons. But the problem is, if Visa, MasterCard, or any of these big boys, or even PayPal for that matter, which they're already kind of hinting at that they might, want to step up to the plate, take the risk, embrace cryptocurrencies and blockchains, I think they already have the infrastructure to really compete on a payment level. They definitely have the users. So I think that would be one hurdle that 10x would have to overcome.
There's GTO. I mean, it has held up well here with a lot of weakness in the general markets. So I would like to better if it wouldn't have pulled so deep here recently. But, you know, if you know my general thinking here, I mean, I think that coin would still have to work higher here. So
Tika happens to possibly like that, anything below 50 cents. You didn't hear it from me.
And somebody just said EOS was making a move.
Bouncing right off that support.
There's EOS on a...
Shout out to James Blackburn. I feel like I've seen your name before. You're just now subscribing? Or maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
EOS goes from 12 to 13 and a quarter quick, so low might be in there.
James B says, Nick, check out PundyX better than 10x. I don't know a ton about PundyX, but I think they just recently partnered up with somebody. Maybe, I can't remember who they partnered up with at Consensus. Also, if I'm not wrong, PundyX does have a pretty good I think it's a staking reward over there. I need to look into that, but that's, for some reason, that's what I want to say.
Some reason I got logged out of Coinergy. They just had an issue. So if you don't mind, Tony, maybe I'll go over SPHTX tomorrow. Don't want to log in right now.
Somebody says something, here we go. Somebody's saying something's going on with a release over at Binance. I don't know what that is. If you can reiterate what you're talking about there, Justin, that would be nice.
Well, it's 7:30, and I have had an extremely long day.
Well, hopefully we have provided a ton of information for you guys today. Make sure to tune in again tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Central Time live. Also, don't miss out on the intraday technical analysis videos. And definitely this weekend, I know everybody's busy on the weekend trying to maybe get away from the cryptos, but I will be posting a couple either interviews, reviews, or tips and tricks videos over the weekend. And then lastly, we are working on getting the Elliott Wave course finished, hopefully, and I may be trying to create kind of a beginner's course. So if you have friends and family looking to get into cryptos, we may be building something just for them, something really cheap, but that can take them step by step how to get involved with the cryptos, how to buy their first Bitcoin, and how to really spread their wings and flourish in this cryptocurrency ecosystem.
No doubt.
That's about all I got. You got anything, Todd? Anybody want to shout out over here?
My parents, my wife, my 3 dogs.
3 dogs. Well, I'll say shout out to each and every person still watching right now. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button.
My wife's
We are gradually growing this community day by day. It's awesome to see new subscribers here on the daily. It's really awesome to give out some more wrenches and see some new people over here. So spread the word. Let's keep growing because I'm getting the itch. I need to do another giveaway for you guys, but we need to hit another milestone before we do that.
Yeah, because last time you had an itch...
We just gave away the world.
It was expensive.
Expensive itches. But it is what it is. We're having fun. We're here for you guys each and every day. I'll see you guys over on Twitter, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
All right, guys.
Peace out, guys, and buy you some Bitcoin.
Oh, hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck. Everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard. Play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again Sleep tight.